What's up, people? What's up? Welcome to another episode, Trash Talking with the Old Heads. I'm your host,
Yeah.
Dave, along with my co-host, Greg C. But what's on that shirt you got on, my boy?
See it? No excuses. Play like a champion.
Okay,
Play
okay.
like a champion.
And my
Play
boy,
like a champion.
Big W, what's happening?
Play like the
What it
camp.
is, what it is, what's going on in this winter wonderland we got.
Man, you already know. Birmingham, Alabama with snow, bro.
Why play like
Check
a
it out.
champion? You can be a champion. You see it.
Check it out. Check it out. You know what I'm
Greg
You
got
saying?
the
see
hat out. He ready to
it.
go.
I got my snow hat on,
he
baby. I
got
done
that. He
already
got
put
Go
that
hey.
on.
on.
He got that rabbit on or that squirrel. Which one he got
That look
on?
like
He got that.
squirrel, my boy.
He got
Look
that.
like a straight squirrel. That's
They done
chipmunk.
had they done had squirrel for breakfast over
That
there.
boy got chipmunk
It,
on.
hey, boy, this is gopher. This gopher.
Not that rat. Not that rat.
This possum. We got some.
Oh, that's what it is. Is it possum or opossum?
Man, y'all know people are taking possums as pets.
What?
I saw like I don't know. Of course, there's a video I'm streaming, and there was like several women, white women, with pet possums. Oh, it's so cute. I'm like cute. Like wow, they rescuing them and everything. Like I ain't never seen
Rescuing
that.
possums. They
Nah,
rescuing roadkill.
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 That's exactly what it is, bro.
Man, hey, speaking of roadkill, man, dog, I don't know what hit this thing. And it looked like it was a car because when I rode past it last night, there was a car on the side of the road. Looked like, you know what I'm saying? One of the headlights, as I passed it, one of the headlights looked a little dim. But man, they hit, I don't know what it was, but it broke the damn body up. I remember I saw the head and I saw the body, and they wasn't together.
Damn.
So I'm talking about tow it up
On the
Man,
freeway.
on the freeway, 22. Going
20.
up 22. If you ever been on 22 at night, you know
What?
it's like it's dark
Boy?
as hell.
Yes, it is.
It's dark as hell.
Yes, it is, sir.
So you got to keep your head on the swivel when you're traveling up 22.
Yeah. Before we get going, let me introduce the security. You see him back there. Soldier boy. He protect this house.
He been out in that snow yet?
No, sir. He don't do snow, sir. He don't do snow. He don't fuck with it either. You know what I'm saying? He
He'll
don't.
rust up.
You already know, bro.
Got to put some rust-oleum on him.
Hey, what's up to the people? He on duty. He can't talk. He can't talk right now. Hey, we got a lot to get into, fellas. You know where we got to start, though. Oh, before we do that, though,
But before we do,
before we do, we need y'all to hit that like and subscribe button. YouTube, Trash Talking with the Old Heads. We got the Twitter feed. Well, I guess it's not Twitter anymore. We got the X feed up now. Trash Talking with the Old Heads. Facebook,
Elon Musk social.
right. All social media platforms, we on there. Just look for it. Trash Talking with the Old Heads.
Oh yeah. We also got to make sure, and I know we'll talk a little bit about it a little later on, but you know what I'm saying? Sending prayers to the people in California
You already
going
know.
through wildfires, losing their property. Some people have already lost their lives.
Right.
Tragic
Yeah,
situation.
insane, bro. Insane. And then the water situation, I was reading about that last night where they going to get the water and it's not anything. Man, it's crazy, Chief. Like,
Encouragement to the fire and rescue teams, all of that.
no doubt, bro. No doubt. Putting your life on the line for other people's property, that's something big, bro. No, I
They
couldn't do
burning out there on the West Coast. We freezing over here on the East
it.
Coast.
Right. Already, bro. But you know where we got to start, bro. Notre Dame, Penn State. Jared, I know you just coming off watching the replay, so we'll start with you, bro, today. What was your overall thoughts on that Notre Dame victory? Are they for real?
Oh,
Primary reason you think
oh,
they won.
listen. To answer the question of are they real? Man, I can't see them winning a title with this type of football that they're playing. They got a lot of happenstance type of stuff going on. First half of the game was very sleepy hollow
Putrid.
on both sides of the ball, and then it caught up a little bit in the third for me. Um, the stick to itiveness of Notre Dame, I kind of believe in that because once they started trying to run the ball, not that they just ran a lot of yards up, but But once they put some effort into running the ball, my man, I forget his name, number 4, he started just hitting. And he wasn't, he wasn't looking for the path, and then he just started hitting it. And he got like 3. That's when I saw where the game changed. He got like 3 first downs in a row. And then right after that, they hit Aeneas Williams for the like 36, 35, or 40-yard pass on the right side. He was impressive. Aeneas Williams was impressive with his Swiss Army knife ability to run the ball and catch the ball. He caught some big passes in that game. But that's when it changed. That's when to me, it turned into a modern day football. Both teams started getting their scoring going. I really, normally we would call that type of game like a defensive struggle. It was the defenses, and I know Notre Dame's defense stepped up big on a mistake by Penn State's quarterback toward the end. But to me, it was an offensive struggle because both teams were playing it safe. And I know Notre Dame's coach always, we're going to be aggressive. I didn't really see aggression until after that momentum swing, like I talked about when Aeneas Williams caught the pass down the field. So the offense, I don't know if it was, I don't know if it was like the game plan or was it fear? I'm not sure what it was, but it was so tentative. Everybody was dumping to the backs, just safe plays. That's what it looked like. And then finally just kind of opened up and Notre Dame caught the best end of that. And then how ironic is it that one of the worst teams in kicking all year, Notre Dame, win on a 40-yard field goal to actually win the game. When he walked out there, I didn't think they were going to make it because, they've been horrible. I definitely didn't think he was going to make it, but he made it. They got the win. Do I look at them as a serious contender like it's at the beginning? I'm not seeing it.
You agree?
Well, just a reflection on one of your points about the field goal kicker. The dude had been hurt
right
when he was, what I'm saying? That's what the announcer had said anyway, but he had been hurt. Like I've been watching Notre Dame football like that, Matt Lewis, all this time. But it was definitely a missable field goal based on their statistics and what they had been doing, but they said he had been on fire since he came back from his injury. So that's neither here nor there. It was, to me, it was good defense. Both teams' defense are decent defenses. They're not, shut down defenses or none to that. I'm not gonna, they're not gonna get 92 Alabama defense credit or any of the Florida State defense used to, what I'm saying, that used to dominate, used to Debo teams.
Florida.
Florida Gators defenses of the 2008 and 2007. None of those defenses. I don't think that they're all of that great at defense, but they're good enough.
Right. For this era, they're good enough, right?
Yeah. And like I've been saying all year, every team can be beat. There's not a dominant team. And we've seen that Notre Dame is here by, like the key word you said, Jerry, happenstance. They played a Georgia team without their starting quarterback. They first round game was against who was it? Against Indiana? Who was their first round game against? Yeah, Indiana.
Notre Dame.
Notre Dame. You know
what
I'm saying?
Indiana.
Penn State. They played SMU and Boise State. So look at the road that they traveled to get here. And again, it's the playoffs. I get it. But I mean, you mean to tell me, and I know y'all gonna hate me for saying this, but if you put Alabama and I know the Michigan game, but you put an Alabama, Ole Miss, or even LSU in that same in that same bracket, playing a Georgia team without their starting quarterback, who even with their starting quarterback was very beatable. You mean to tell me they couldn't be in the same position? Anyway, good defense, but more so poor QB play in my eyes. And I don't see Notre Dame beating either Texas or Ohio State.
Yeah, I think big takeaway. I agree with your conclusion that they're not going to win the title. It doesn't matter. They had 42 attempts for 116 yards on the ground. Notre Dame. Their quarterback was 15 of 23, 223. So he put up a few yards, 1 TD, 2 picks. The only thing that saved Drew Allen was worse. 12 for 23, 135 yards and a pick.
And that number was bolstered by the cornerback falling down.
Thank you.
That touchdown.
Exactly. And then of course, they had the boy Singleton who ran for 84 yards. So, but Penn State actually ran for 204 yards on that same 42 attempts. It was just a weird game, man. One of them weird games where I'm thinking with 38 seconds left or 33, whatever it was, why you got Allen throwing the ball? He hadn't been doing nothing in the passing game all game. Why are you throwing right there? James Franklin getting ultra aggressive at the wrong time. You know what I'm saying?
And you had 2 80-yard rushers.
Right. So what are we doing?
2 of them.
What are we doing? Why are you putting the ball in Drew Allen's hand? Why? So you can prove he's some kind of NFL quarterback because they trying to hype him up to be that? I mean, come on.
They trying to do that? Is that what they doing?
That's what they trying to do, bro. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Come
James
on.
James Franklin was trying to win, dog. I mean,
not if you let Drew Allen throw the damn ball, you not. Listen, Drew Allen throw the goddamn ball, you not.
Listen, bro.
And the ball off to Singleton. He been getting 6-7 yards of real gas.
Listen, James Franklin was just trying to win. That's it. He wasn't trying to fit no narrative.
Again,
he wasn't trying to Pete Carroll
his ass right on out of a victory again.
He did. I don't disagree. Again, I put the blame on the quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Now, here's where
he didn't call the play.
12 for 23. 12 for 23. Why the fuck is he throwing the ball?
I feel you. But at some point, with 33 seconds left, you would have had to throw the ball. I agree with the decision to try to get in field goal range.
No, sir. If my quarterback had been cooking, yes. Or if I had a quarterback
I was gonna go there.
These kind of yards like that, absolutely. He ain't that dude.
Just like we've seen the GOAT do. We've seen the GOAT do this. He should have started off with a run play. If you gash it, then you know what I'm saying, try to you see what you can do with through the air, especially with a quarterback who had been struggling throughout the game. Now, if you make that decision to try to get in the field goal range with 30-some seconds left, you are trusting your quarterback to make the right play. Now, I didn't watch the entire game, but from what I saw, hold on, Dante. From what I saw from the about middle of the third quarter on, was not that he was making bad reads. They just wasn't nobody getting open. And you know what I'm saying? That was part of what I saw. I didn't see the first half. So you'll have to kind of, for those who saw it, let me know if Drew Allar was throwing into tight coverage when he had people open. That was a piss poor decision. He was under pressure. He was throwing against his body when he should have been throwing that bitch out of bounds. I mean, I'm sorry. I can give 40% of the blame to Franklin, but the majority of that blame got to go on the quarterback.
My thing is, against good teams, that's who he is. As a coach, you're supposed to know that. You know what I'm saying? You're on your side of the field. You're on the 28-yard line on Penn State's on 28. Why the fuck are you throwing that ball? It don't make sense. You got overtime in your pocket. What are you doing? The only thing you can do in that situation probably is lose the game, which is what the fuck you did.
Where does anybody remember where
you said if he had a better quarterback or if the quarterback was hot?
Exactly.
I feel you.
Right, if your quarterback went 112 for 22 for 100
so let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, Dante. You kind of said what your position is on it, but so let's say they ran it with Singleton or Katron Allen. Let's say he ran the ball. They got a 10-yard pickup or a 12-yard pickup. Would you then try to throw the ball? Because you still on the other end.
Honestly, with Drew Allen, I'm not. Until I get to midfield, I'm not throwing the damn ball with Drew Allen. Let me finish. Unless, like the old boy was saying on screens, I'm throwing something short. I'm throwing something real easy and simple. You know what I'm saying?
That's how they started the game.
They throw all goddamn day. You know what I'm saying?
They started the game with screens.
Yeah.
Right. That's what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying?
Does anybody remember
if I can get 20 to 25 yards? Does
anybody remember where the sticks were at the time of the pick? I'm looking it up now.
Yeah, I got it right here. I was just like, man, why? All right, on that interception, they won. It was 1st and 10, Penn State 28.
Terrible play call.
Terrible, right? That's what I'm saying. Terrible.
Awful.
Don't make
Awful
sense.
play.
Just
Yeah,
does
and
not
I
make
agree
sense.
with you that they should have either ran the ball, they should have did a screen, but I got to put more of the blame on the quarterback. I'm
And it's
sorry. You know what I'm
33
saying?
seconds. What do you have to gain? I mean,
Quarterback is executing the play call by the coach, bro.
That
That's a
the
bad
play
play
call by
call.
the coach wasn't to throw the ball to the other team. Now he tried to say that he tried to dirt the ball, but you depending on your senior quarterback or your experienced quarterback to not throw the ball in the harm's way. You mean to tell me this dude, he ain't no freshman. This wasn't his first start. This dude didn't know the time of the game. He didn't know the position of the field that they was on. Okay, there's something to be said for making sure you don't put your team in that position by making a more
That is the
conservative play
coach's
call.
responsibility. So you call a run play on first down with that much time left in that part of the field in the game.
Is
See what you can
I guess it's
get
kind of
out
I
of your
guess it's
run.
kind of
rain
that
or
Pete
draw.
Carroll
Rain
Your
Russell
or
run
draw.
game was the best part of your offense all game
Yeah,
long, along
yeah.
with some dumps to the flats.
Listen.
Yeah,
So
I'm not
it's the field
disputing what
position
you're
part of it
saying.
to me. It's the field position that really messes
Yeah.
me with it. At that part of the field, I'm not putting it in his hand. He
40%
not that
too
kind of
high, G. 40% for the quarterback's fault. That's too high, G.
That's
That's
no,
too high.
I'm giving him 60%. I'm giving
You
40
giving
to
the Q?
James.
Oh
Yeah.
no. Oh, that's
I'm
crazy.
giving him 60% of the blame. That's a bad throw, man. That's a fucking bad throw.
that
That's
he
a
shouldn't
bad
even been
play.
asked to make or even make the decision on. As much as college coaches control the game now with everybody looking over to the sideline, come on, bro. The coach is making these calls, bro. I'm sorry. That's just the way this game is
I
played now.
can't you
I'm
can't I
not making
mean
that call. I'm not putting him in a
listen,
position on my own 28-yard line
listen,
to
if
make
I
that
can't
mistake.
trust my quarterback to take care of the ball with the playoffs on the line, to take care of the ball with the playoffs on the line with an opportunity to win the game, if I can't do that, then he shouldn't be my starting quarterback.
And maybe he
How
should.
much?
But
He
on
shouldn't
my
be my
own
starting
28
quarterback.
yard line, I'm not. But see, my thing is, I'm not trusting most quarterbacks on my own 28-yard line with 33 seconds left. I'm
Man,
not putting it
please
in harm's way like that.
stop, man.
You're
Stop, man.
not. You're not. Jalen
Man,
Milrow wouldn't
people
be
do it
throwing
all
it.
the
I'm
time,
not throwing
Dante.
it with a lot of people.
People do it all the
Yeah, if you
time. You
got
win some, you lose
if you
some.
got
Yeah,
Joe
if I got
Montana,
right,
Mahomes,
right,
Tom Brady, maybe
right,
Aaron Rodgers back in Green Bay. Yeah, sure.
right.
Brett Favre. Yeah, yeah. When you got
Brock
those
Purdy,
type
you
of
would put
dudes,
Brock Purdy in that position. You
No,
would
I would
put
not.
Brock Purdy in that
No, I
position.
would not.
30 seconds left in the
On my
league. You're
own
not.
28-yard line, no, I will not.
let's
Not
get
and
to
not if
let's
I'm not throwing a screen or something. No, I will not. No, you're not gonna do that.
you
Dante, let me say this again. I am not disputing that there should have been a different play call. Not disputing that. All I'm saying is that you are counting on your quarterback to take care of the ball, regardless of whatever play is called. Regardless of whatever play is called.
But you know
Let's
he's
say
hyped
you
up
threw a
trying to
screen
win
in
the
the.
game, bro.
Let's say
Like
you threw a screen. He threw the screen pass, and the lineman tipped it.
then I live with that because I know I made a safe play call. That play call wasn't a safe play call, is what I'm saying.
Conservative thinking gets you beat every time. Now, so does aggressive play calling too.
It didn't
So
in the election.
33 seconds.
too
33
soon.
seconds.
Too soon. I need another year
Is it
before we
too
talk about
soon?
this shit. Need another year, man.
Yeah,
I
30,
need some bad shit to happen before we talk about this shit.
33 seconds. That part of the field, that's not the right call. If anything, if you want to be aggressive to go try to get something in the passing game, then it needs to be to the sidelines, not coming back to, a late read across the middle. He said he was trying to dirt it. I don't know
Right,
about
I
that.
don't buy it either. Yeah.
I don't know about that. I think maybe dirting it might have been a flash in his dome when he was releasing it. but I felt it looked to me like he was trying to hit that corner. I mean, hit that receiver, and the corner just was like bet 5.
Yeah, I
Um,
guess for me, I can't give Franklin no more than. I mean, even though I think he made a bad call on that part, I can't give him more than 50%. You know what I'm saying? I'll give him 50% of the blame. You know what I'm saying? And the team the other 50, because I thought his defense actually played pretty damn well. Honestly, you know what I'm saying? I gave his quarterback the other goddamn 50. He played poorly.
hmm,
I give him half, and I get a QB half. Because he
hmm.
played poorly for me the whole game, except for a couple nice runs. He made a couple runs when he had to get the first down or whatever. But nah, that was a piss poor performance from him too.
I mean, listen, this is your quarterback. Y'all talking about that one game, and your quarterback has thrown for 3,300 yards, 24
Don't give me
touchdowns,
that,
eight
G, because you've been
interceptions.
yelling about their schedule all year. I don't want to hear that shit, G. Don't fuck that bullshit right now, G. I will not let you do it. I will not let you do it, sir. No, sir. Don't come with that bullshit today. No, sir.
It ain't like they played a fucking Notre. That's Notre Dame, man. It ain't okay. Notre Dame. All
They're
right,
a step
whatever,
up from who the fuck they been playing.
whatever.
Shit.
And I disagree with if we throw Alabama in some of those earlier games against those teams. Alabama lost to Vanderbilt. Let's not forget that. So
I'm just
Alabama
saying
Alabama
they
could have
could
lost to an Indiana.
they could have lost
Alabama
to
could have
Boise
lost to
State.
an Indiana
They could
for
have lost to
sure.
Indiana. But they also could have beat all other teams in the playoffs too.
I don't
So
know. I doubt that.
it was up and down. That Alabama
I
team
doubt
got a
it.
good
I
one or a
doubt we need
bad
to
one.
Dante, we need to come up with some type of fine system for this dude still mentioning
Talking about
Alabama.
Alabama.
Yeah,
Roll Tide.
he's
It's
still
gonna be
mentioning
mentioned.
Alabama.
Expect
He
it to
and
happen
he and they see
every
what I'm saying.
episode.
He doing it every episode, trying to
I'm doing it
find a
every
reason to
episode on purpose.
pull Alabama out of his
I'm
ass.
doing
Like,
Right.
it on
okay,
every episode on
But
purpose.
I do think we all agree though,
Get over it.
Notre Dame will not win the title. No matter who win the game tonight, Notre Dame won't win the title. I think we all pretty much agree on that.
yeah, I can't see it.
So speaking of which,
You
they
wearing
will
that
be
ugly ass
playing.
Boston Celtics shit every game, every goddamn episode. I
Texas,
can mention Bama.
I can turn it up. I can turn it up.
Texas, Ohio State. Tonight, I think it's 6:30 our time, Central Time. So what do you think Texas can do? Of course, Ohio State is favored. I want to say it's by 8 or 9. I'll look at it in a second. But what are the keys to victory for UG for Texas? How can they pull the upset?
They got to keep Jeremiah Smith in check, and they got to get pressure on Will Howard and turn him back into Sam Darnold. Not the good Sam Darnold, but the bad Sam Darnold. He's a Jekyll and Hyde
Minus
case, just like Sam
they're going to
Darnold
clean
is.
that up. They favored by 6, Ohio State.
Ohio State favored by 6. But yeah, that's the key for Texas to win. They have the capability to play great defense. They do it every game? No. Do they do it every possession? No. But they can get after the quarterback. They can stuff the run as good as any other team in college football right now. And again, every team can be beat. We can look at Ohio State's last 2 games and put them in the class of some of the dominant teams all we want to, but let's just remember they also lost to Michigan. So there's that.
They did. They did. It wasn't that long ago.
Right.
Jerry,
Well,
Texas,
uh,
key to victory.
ooh. They gotta hope that their All American, I believe it's a senior cornerback. What's his name? Jade Barron. They gotta hope that this dude has the best game of his life against this Jeremiah Smith. Jeremiah Smith is balling right
Dang.
now. He is balling. He's playing with an aggression. He's catching on 2 people, definitely killing on in single coverage. So they got to hope that the secondary of the Longhorns can cool off the passing game for Ohio State because it's been impressive. The passing game has been impressive throughout this run. They've turned it on. Connections deep down the field, connections across the middle of the field. It's been good to watch. In fact, I think last week or maybe week before we said that the way Ohio State. I know I said the way the Ohio State was playing, they looked like the best team so far to me, and I still think they look like the best team with what they've been able to do in this passing game and up front with that defensive line, the pressure they've gotten on the QBs. They just killed Oregon with like 8 or 9 sacks or something like that. So Texas keys to victory. Like I said, the secondary got to play some ball, and that offensive line has to play some ball. If the offensive line can hold up, then Ewers can look good, and Texas has a shot. But if I was a betting man, and I'm not, I would probably put my money on Ohio State.
What? Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
If I was betting.
Wait a minute. Now you the one been yelling Longhorns all damn year. Now you talking about me and the Texans. Now you getting off the damn train.
No. Listen,
You're getting off the train in the semifinals, I might add.
When we get to the end of this block and we pick, I'm gonna pick the Longhorn because, like you said, I've been with them. I'm gonna pick them. But if I was betting, I would put my money on Ohio State for sure.
So you're gonna pick them, but you're not believing it though, is what you're saying. You ain't believe you picking it because you've been picking them, but you're not believing it.
I think what we saw the D-line do to Oregon, I think they can get the same pressure against Texas. Although they do have one of their starting offensive linemen returning this game, I think it's offensive tackle. I still, we saw SEC teams get at Texas and rattle yours. So yeah, I think Ohio State has the right recipe with that D line to get after them.
Yeah, I think you're in the right place. I think it comes that particular part of the line scrims for Texas. The O-line's got to protect. So I remember that first game against Georgia, they played piss poor in that game. So if that O-line shows up, I agree. It's going to be Ohio State win. I do think Texas can win, though. They're bigger than Oregon. They're not. I don't think they'll be able to run over Texas the way they ran over Oregon because it's just simple. They just have more athletes, bigger, stronger athletes than Oregon does. I think it's actually going to be a pretty close game as long as Quinn Ewers doesn't turn into Carson Beck. I think it might be a pretty close game. I would probably have to pick. I'm with you. Ohio State's been playing the best so far in this playoffs. I'm not going to pick it yet. We'll pick it later on. But yeah, I think it's going to be a close game. I do think Ohio State should win. But then you got the Ryan Day factor too. I don't trust him either. Yeah, they put together some good performances. But like you say, that's been a lot of Jeremiah Smith. One-on-one, I'm thinking Sark's not going to be that stupid to just play man-to-man defense just because it's what we do. You know what I'm saying? If this dude is getting off, you know what I'm saying? We just going to keep doing it because it's what we do. To me, that was just dumb on Oregon's part. Hey, this is what we do. We going to play man. Well, no, what you're doing ain't working against this particular player. Do something else. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking Sark is not going to be that dumb. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. I think it's going to be a better game than people seem to think, though.
Yeah, this is going to probably be one of the best, most evenly matched,
best
talent
for talent
game that we've seen in the playoffs.
Yeah.
High level talent on both sides of the ball.
Right.
For both squads. And
NFL talent, both sides.
And I agree with you, Dante. It's the O-lines that's got to do the work.
Both O-lines, right?
Both O-lines got to do the work. And I think both quarterbacks are probably evenly matched. They both had a propensity to be duds.
Right.
And they both had a propensity to light it up.
I agree.
With y'all,
who's ever quarterback plays the best, and who's ever O-line, who's ever O-line protects the best. It's going to be the key to this game.
Would y'all say? Go ahead. I'm sorry, my bad, G.
I would tend to go with I'm gonna roll with Texas just because I'm an SEC homer. Fuck everybody else.
Would y'all say that
That's the only reason why I'm picking Texas.
would you, would y'all
I was ready.
say
I was ready to pick them if goddamn Penn State had won last night. I was like, hell no, two big goddamn 10 team. Hell no.
would would y'all say that as offensively that Texas has to run the ball well to have a shot, and that Ohio State doesn't really have, you know what I'm saying? Like that's not something that Ohio State has to get going because their passing game has been so on fire recently.
I think they're gonna need it tonight. I think they're gonna need to run the ball.
Yeah,
I don't
I
I
mean,
don't think they're just gonna be able to chuck it up to Ibuka
yeah,
and
no,
Jeremiah Smith.
no, it just ain't gonna be no all pass all game. You know what I'm saying? It
Right.
ain't gonna be none of that because Texas can get to the quarterback.
Yeah. I think they're gonna have to find some kind of run game tonight in order to get that passing game going. Because like I said, Jeremiah Smith, he's a man, but Texas has some dudes too in the secondary. So I don't think he's just gonna be able to. And like I said, I don't think they're gonna just let him play man to man all night either. So
Oh, they better not because what's his Jade Barron? He's giving
They
up.
but
He's giving up
they
like
have more than
four
right,
inches and
everybody talk
15,
about
20
Jeremiah
pounds. That's
Smith.
crazy.
If you double Jeremiah, then you leaving
Ibuka,
Ibuka on
right.
the island. So they,
You
you
got to make
just
decisions. You got to make
yeah.
decisions versus Ohio State.
But
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, he was wide open. Though you see them touchdown passes, man.
Right.
They had doubles, but it was the safety over the top, and he
We
was just
thought,
beat.
right.
Yeah,
Late,
he was
late,
fake to the
yeah.
inside, run outside. And he beat the double cover. I mean, he's a great wide receiver, but it wasn't like he just was going up against the most talented secondary.
Right.
I mean, Oregon's good. Oregon got talent, but you know what I'm saying. I want to see him against the more elite secondary before I just say that he's
Yeah, me too.
unstoppable.
I
He's a
agree.
great wide receiver. Now he's probably the best wide receiver in the country. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think he's unstoppable.
So we got a lot to get to. So
I had to see it tonight. Let me see it
let's go
tonight.
ahead and pick it. Let's go ahead and pick it. Who you got, Jerry?
Texas.
All right. By how many?
Ooh, let's go. Let's go 28-23.
Okay. Greg, who you got?
What's the spread? I'm going.
Six.
We picking money line or we doing the spread?
Nah, we just picking the game. Money line.
I mean,
Who
if
you
I was a
got?
betting man, I would probably lean more Ohio State. But like I said, I'm a SEC homer. I don't want the Big Ten to win this bitch. Uh, I wouldn't mind if Ohio State won it. You know, everybody need a little suckle at the teat of greatness. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, I know y'all tired of Bama and Georgia dominating, college football. So Michigan
Oh,
won it last.
gee whiz.
Gee,
Hell no. Well, I'm telling you right now, I got Texas, Michigan, Ohio State back to back. Hell no. Come on, Texas.
let's go
Come on.
Texas.
Let's go Longhorn. Hell no.
But see, this is why I don't really want to root for Texas, is because the Longhorn. But see, they didn't win the SEC. Because if they had won the SEC championship, they would have been talking that. They would have been
Right.
talking that shit.
Right.
They would have been talking that shit.
Let's get them up.
Longhorns down, baby.
I don't give a damn what the score is. Just win the damn game.
I don't care either. If it ain't Bama, I don't give a piss. So just say that.
Nah, I don't want to see Michigan, Ohio State go back to back. Then online, all them Big Ten motherfuckers. See, we dominating this shit now. No, sir.
You
I,
ain't dominating shit.
I don't want to hear that shit, dog. Hell no.
Y'all ain't dominating nothing.
Exactly. Hell no. Let's go Texas. Now let's go to my favorite topic today. Because this one I would definitely want to get into. NFL coaching carousel. But specifically, I'll start with you. In your opinion, are black coaches facing unfair treatment in the NFL when it comes to these firings, these one and dones? Or is it just the nature of the beast and you don't think race is a part of it? Yeah, we talk about race on this show.
Man, I'm gonna say it like this. it's definitely it's something that we need to look at. I mean, we have coaches that have far worse records. I can't fathom it not being race when they coaching for 1 year, 1.5 years in Antonio Pierce's case. He was interim and then became coach last year. And I know Jerry got something to say about Pierce, but Mayo with a rookie quarterback who they started Jacoby Brissett
Kobe Brissett, right?
from freaking Florida as the starting quarterback at the beginning of the year, and he only has one season with that roster.
No
He
real weapons on offense for
no
real.
weapons, no weapons on offense to speak of. Nobody that you could speak of from the wide receiver, running back. Well, the running back they had a decent running back, but
Yeah,
he was fumbling the ball like crazy at the beginning of the year. Um, but no, I mean it's who we lost? Mayo, we lost
here,
Pierce. Um, who else got fired? Was there any other? Those are the only African American coaches that got
yeah,
fired.
those are two. Yeah,
You don't really see that from white coaches. You know what I'm
right.
saying? When they get fired after 1 year
I
of
know it was
tenure.
Wilkes at Arizona a few years ago. Got the 1 year and they booted him, and I think he finished 9-7 that year. He got the boot.
But yeah, it's got something has to be done. I don't know what can be done, but it's definitely unfair treatment. From those two perspective, from those two who got fired. I just didn't see it happening after 1 year.
Jerry, what you think, bro?
Um,
The leading receiver, let me just put it, was Hunter Henry with 674 yards. Your leading rusher was Ramondre Stevens, 801 yards.
mm,
Those are your skill dudes on that team.
well, I'm gonna put it like this. Yes, there is a race issue when it comes to black coaches in the NFL. Yes. Um, in the Pierce situation, I don't look at it as race. The problem with the Raiders is Mark Davis. That's the problem with the Raiders. Since becoming owner, he has not gotten it right, whether it's in the front office, whether it's with the picks or what have you. He does not appear to have the same organizational or football acumen as his father, and that's where the problem lies. So until they get some football people in there, this type of stuff is gonna continue to happen because I believe they're still paying like 4 coaches right now.
Four. Yeah, counting Pierce, I think that'll be four.
You talking? I don't know all 4, but I know Gruden is one of them. Then they fired Daniels in 1 year. I think he had to go, and now Pierce. I can't remember who the other one was, but yeah. So back to Pierce. I don't think Pierce was. I definitely don't look at this one as a race issue. Although it looks like that because of the short span. I didn't think Pierce was the right hire in the beginning. Um, um, as far as my viewpoint. And then it proved to be so because he has too much of that now. I know Campbell has righted the ship and has turned out to be a hell of a coach in Detroit. But just going off of that rah-rah, mentality that the team finished the season with, I didn't think that was a way to pick your head coach. And then, when it started falling apart very early. You could say it started falling apart as soon as they didn't get as soon as they chose Gardner Minshew as their QB or the QB to bring in.
Yep.
You could say that. I know some of the TV analysts, especially on at ESPN, were saying that that Pierce wanted to trade up in order to get a quarterback, in order to get Jaden Daniels. Now, I don't know if that's true. Maybe that is true. Now, if that is true, that just proves my point about Mark Davis not knowing or not having the right feel or acumen to get his team together. But Pierce doing all the stuff on social media, the threats in the press conference, and then At the very end, when he said well, I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing. Nobody said nothing to me. When he was asked about his job security, I thought that was pretty damning. So, in my opinion, Pierce wasn't the right hire in the first place. So, but overall, yeah, NFL, they're quick to fire the black coaches. They got a shorter they get a shorter hook. They get a shorter time frame out there on the stage, and that is not hard to see. They don't mind throwing their money away, on some white coaches.
Right.
It appears, but on the black coach, they yank.
Yeah, you pretty much
Hey,
covered. Like I said, I'm not even saying Pierce was the right hire. I think we kind of discussed it. I probably didn't think he was either. You know what I'm saying? But once you give the man the job, it seems like to me the black coaches don't get a chance to turn it around. Especially when, like Greg said, rookie QB who you put in after week 5 or 6, and he actually played pretty well. So you're not going to give the man a chance to see what a developing quarterback, when you give him some weapons, whether he can be successful or not. So it's just one of those things, man. And what really pissed me off was Robert Kraft and his little thing, his little interview talking about, we know Gerard is going to be a great coach. We put him in a bad position. So you know all this. You think he's going to be a great coach, but your answer is to fire him instead of putting him in a better position. I don't understand that thinking. And to me, that's where, for me, it comes into play. Like, that doesn't make a lot of sense for me. You know what I'm saying? When you got a lot of these white coaches to go 4-13, whatever, and they still get to keep their job for 2 or 3 years to try to turn it around. It seems to me the black coaches don't get the chance to turn it around. When you,
not at
especially
all.
knowing that these teams are bad coming into the season. If your QB is Jacoby Brissett and Gardner Minshew coming into the season, you pretty much know what your season is going to look like. 7 or less wins. You can book that. You know what I'm saying? Unless another part of your team is truly historic or something, which neither one of these teams are. Their defenses were average last year. Of course, they're going to be average, below average as far as the Raiders. So I'm like, what were you expecting? To me, they're just placeholders until we couldn't find a better option this offseason. We tried, we couldn't find a better option. We'll give you the job as a placeholder. Then next year, when some better candidates come available, we'll hire one of them. And to me, but again, part of it to me is on these coaches too. Stop taking these fucked up jobs. Find you a better situation. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
but Dante, you can't really put it on them because it's not where like they have, okay, I can take this job, or this. They don't have, you know what I'm saying, that cachet of jobs where they can go to. They don't have you know what I'm saying, where it's just jobs here for them. When the job becomes open, they have to take it. So
No,
they
I don't
can't
look
be
at it.
selected.
I agree. I agree with Dante. They have a job. So if you have it's different if you don't
Not a
have a
head
job.
coaching job. We talking about head coaching jobs. Yeah,
I get
they
it,
have
but
coordinator jobs. They have assistant coaching
I
jobs.
I get
We're
I
talking
get
about
that.
the
I guess
head
what
coach.
I'm saying, G, is go build your brand up as a D coordinator or whatever, so where you can take a better job. I'd rather go take a good D coordinator job, build up my brand, and wait on the right position before I
So
take a
so
fucked up position.
okay, so what team out there that has a stable team, a stable quarterback that needs a head coach? Because if we're talking about it, the hot name on the that's out now is Aaron Glenn, right?
Right?
He's the hot name right now. He's the hot coordinator. So what job is going to come open where he has a quarterback that's stable?
The
Can I
Bears.
mean the
I ain't saying
Bears
you want
maybe,
the quarterback, but I'm saying where you've got some chance of winning, where some part of the organization is stable. You know what I'm saying?
they
The
don't, but
Raiders, nothing about the Raiders is stable. And now
but
I thought
again,
the Patriots were. Now that one shocked me. That's why I'm kind of pissed about that one. I thought that was pretty stable. I thought after all that talk last year about we groomed Gerard Mayo to be the replacement, yada yada
right.
yada, and then
So
they give him 1 year. I
let
just
me
don't.
ask you this, because
I
let me
think
ask you
I
this, because
think Mayo
it
lost his
doesn't make
job by
sense.
winning. I think winning that last. I think they fired him for winning that last game. That's what it seemed like to me.
That don't make any bit of sense. That makes no sense at all.
I think he won
If
that.
that's the
I
if
think he tried to win that last game because he knew the firing was coming. I think the writing was on the wall already about
Yeah,
the
so
fire.
that
He knew.
speaks to, if you look at it, right? You know what I'm saying? What sense does it make to have that type of turnover strictly on performance when the expectation wasn't to even be a 500 team?
Right.
So that speaks to, for me, and I don't know, you know what I'm saying? I don't have any inside knowledge. I'm not an insider, of course. We're not journalists. It speaks to me that there was some internal shit going on in both situations. I know, Jerry, you spoke to the Antonio Pierce situation. Um, However, I don't care unless he was guilty of some crime or some something that was totally against some ethical his character was just beyond repair, or he broke some ethical standard that, what I'm saying, go against all values. He should have been given another shot.
Right.
So it does speak to, what I'm saying, the leash is shorter for African Americans, but I'm just saying that it's obviously more than on the field
Well,
decisions.
what he said was he felt that the team, well, as far as the Patriots, he said that the team did not seem to be getting better as the season went on. That's what he
You
said.
don't
Oh, his
say.
word.
You don't say.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
And he
one
said
Yeah.
one year, if
he
you
said the new, now get this too, the new coach that you're about to hire, he said, will get input on the staff, which Mayo didn't. What? What?
yeah,
That
that
makes no sense, bruh.
yeah.
So you're gonna set the new guy up for success. Oh, we set you up for failure, but fuck it, get out anyway. Come on, bruh. Come on, bruh.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just, yeah. It's one of those
It's
things. Like I said, and you can't fix it. The NFL, of course, they try to get the interviews and all that. It's one of those situations where there's no way to fix it for real. You're not gonna tell white billionaires what to do. No matter
nope.
how they try, you can't tell them what to do. They're gonna hire who they're comfortable with. You know what I'm saying? I think it's just a thing. A lot of them aren't comfortable with the day-to-day of talking
I'm
to a
I'm
black man.
surprised that, but and again, it's organization because
Right,
look at the Steelers, and they
right,
historically keep their coaches,
right.
but Tomlin, if in any other organization, probably would have been fired last year.
Yep. Or
Um,
before.
or or if they lose, which they will, if they when they lose to the Ravens, would be fired right after this season. I saw it on social media, people calling for his head.
Oh man, the
You know what I'm
fans
saying?
want him gone. The Pittsburgh fans
They've been calling for him for
for
years.
about 5, 6 years now.
Yeah. Another surprising coach, the coach of Atlanta, what's his name? Raheem Morris,
Uh-huh.
with the coach, and I was surprised he was able to get another job that quickly after that debacle that he had in Tampa Bay. You know what I'm saying? It was just a bad, what I'm saying, a couple of years that he had. But again, he still didn't get a lengthy tenure at Tampa Bay. And I'm going to be keeping my eye on to see how long he lasts in Atlanta if he's not able to turn around with Michael Penix. They may even fire him after this year. I'm just
Oh
watching to
no, they're
see.
not gonna fire him after this year. They're not
Well,
gonna.
Atlanta got a culture of, you know what I'm
I was
saying?
just about to say it is Atlanta though.
Atlanta is in Wakanda, so
Right, right,
Falcons are in Wakanda. So
right, exactly. So it's a little bit different.
but again,
Like
it's
I said,
or
the
that
boy at
just
the
speaks
Bucks,
to,
the guy at the Bucks now, he's been there a while, and they haven't, like I said, they haven't done much the last couple of years. He's kept his job, you know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
Todd Bowles has kept his job.
Bowles, you know what I'm saying? So there are some outliers, you know what I'm saying? But then you can always go back to like the boy at Detroit getting fired. Your boy who was with Dungy after a winning season, 10-6 or whatever. I forget, Caldwell getting fired.
Caldwell.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like it's one of those things, man. But like I said, my overarching thing on it, you can't really do anything about it, though. I don't see a fix for it because you're talking white billionaires again. Goodell is not going to tell them what to do. He can't. He works for them. You know what I'm saying? So I don't see a real fix for it. Like I say, it's going to be a hopefully just more on. I hope Aaron Glenn gets a job this cycle. Hopefully, I think that would be good. I think he could do well. You know what I'm saying? But we'll see, man. But hey, we got to pay some bills, bro. So we're gonna take a quick break. We'll be right back. Trash talking with the old heads. We'll be right back after this break.
Again, don't forget to hit that subscribe and that like button, baby.
Do not Facebook, YouTube, like and subscribe.